How strong do you have to be to rip through somebody's chest and grab their heart? What the hell is up with Kana? Why was she so obsessed? And what about her powers? What about Satomi? I have a lot of questions. I'm doing a mid-season review on Parasyte the Maxim. It's been 12 episodes so far, so I want to give you guys a review on the 12 episodes that I think of so far. First of all, let's talk about Shinichi, alright? You guys remember in episode 12, he was able to go right through the heart. I want to talk about that scene for a moment and give you guys some numbers based on some information that I acquired from Fight Science. First of all, Shinichi, we need to figure out what fight style he was using when he did that technique. When he was running low to maximize his speed. So he wasn't running like this, he was running like this, low to maximize his speed, like when you're riding a bicycle, for example. And then he extended his arm back and boom, went straight for the chest and ripped through it. He ripped through the chest using Tiger Claw, which means that he strengthened the tip of his fingers so that he can rip and at the same time grab the heart without damaging it. Now in Fight Science, we also had a fighter who went and grabbed, there was a fight dummy who was simulating the realistic meat and the realistic skin of a person, and he did the same technique and was able to rip the guy's neck off using 2,800 pounds of force. That is 2,800. So at the very least, Shinichi must have gotten 2,800 pounds of force in order to rip through the heart. Probably more than 3,000 because the ribs, there are bones there and it takes a lot of force to break through those. Now, in terms of speed, Shinichi must have been going at very least, over 100 miles per hour for his hand to rip through the chest. 100 miles per hour or more like 150, I would assume, for him to do that. So Shinichi has gotten really strong since episode 1. This is a completely different character, which means that he might stand a chance now against that enemy. You guys remember that enemy that was able to take down that whole gang by himself? Damn. Shinichi might stand a chance if he continues to train. Shinichi is stronger than he looks, and it's his parasite powers that are helping him, because as a regular human, there is no way that he became that strong that quickly. Now, I want to talk about Kana for a moment. So Kana, she was obsessed. Did she love Shinichi, or was she just obsessed? What the hell's up with her? What about her powers? Okay, so in my opinion, I don't think she was in love with Shinichi, because I've been in love before, and being in love, it's something that develops over time. If you think you're in love after meeting somebody right away, it's usually more infatuation than it is actual love. It's just in your mind, you perceive it as love. I think she was infatuated by him. At first, when she first met him, she was like, holy shit, his eyes. Like, she was creeped out. But at the same time, something about him kept drawing her to him. She went to see him in the fights. She kept on chasing him, stalking him. So she was attracted to him because of her powers. Her powers were kind of feeding her like this. You know when you take a drug and you kind of feel good like that? She felt that way whenever he made her powers come on. And she became obsessed with him because not only did he become a good-looking guy and badass and everything, but also mysterious. There's some sort of mystery about him that she just can't figure out, but her powers keep drawing to him anyways. So she wants to figure that out. That's why she became obsessed with him and started having horny dreams, because she's probably a virgin. She's probably never had a kiss before. I mean, I have no evidence to support that because there's no backstory to Kana, but probably she's a virgin. So that is why I think she was more obsessed with him and not necessarily in love with him. Now, do I think that her death was justified? In a way, I do. Although I do feel like it was rushed. At the same time, the purpose of her death was so that Shinichi can defend what he loves, so that he can wake his ass up and be able to rip through somebody's chest like that. He needs that, because now that Kana got killed like that, somebody who's dear and close to him, that means that even Satomi can get killed at any moment. Like, you never know. So he's gonna hold her close and he's gonna do whatever it takes to protect her. He has a real reason for fighting. It's not to defend or to avenge his mother. No, it is to defend the person who is alive right now. That is Satomi. Now, I also want to talk about her powers, Kana's powers. Like, Is that unique to Kana, or is anybody able to unlock those powers? Now, according to Kana, she said, "Oh, I'm unique and only I can do this." Blah 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 blah. But it seems like might not be the case. I think it was Migi who mentioned that she might not be the only one who can do that. So how is she able to do that? What type of powers? Because she's a regular human. She's not a parasite. So do all humans have it deep inside where they're able to kind of sense that whole parasite information? Like, I don't understand. At the same time, Kana, something very interesting was that Kana gave off parasite sense. So to other parasites, when Kana was approaching, it almost seemed like there was another parasite approaching, not necessarily a human, which means perhaps all humans have that sort of parasite vibe. Perhaps parasites and humans share some sort of ancestral vibe. Maybe parasites, maybe humans, because there's a theory that goes on which says that humans weren't born on this planet. Humans came from another planet, maybe through asteroids. The compounds and chemicals, everything necessarily for humans to come or for life to come on Earth came from outside of Earth. Originally, Earth didn't have those things for life to come. That's just a theory that's out in science. So perhaps humans and parasites share some sort of ancestral together, which is why they're able to give off the same sort of vibe. Obviously, they evolved in a different place, so their evolutionary timeline is different. And yeah, that's why we were completely different than the parasites. But it still is interesting to think about. I also want to talk about Satomi. Now, Satomi, I mean, she's not gonna die just yet because we still I mean, you can just tell from the opening there's gonna be a scene where they have sex or maybe they make a baby or something. Anyways, they're gonna get it in together. I still do have a feeling in my heart that something's gonna happen to her. Maybe she's gonna die at one point in the second half of the series, but for the meantime, she's still gonna be alive until they have sex at the very least. Maybe after they have sex, it's gonna be a foreshadowing that she's gonna die. I don't know. Who knows? But I definitely wanna see that scene. My boy Shinichi, although he's still human. Shinichi is still human. Now, he is worried that the parasites might be infecting his brain and that he might lose his humanity. He's still worried about it because he says, like, "Oh, I'm bleeding. It's red for now. For now, it's red. But who knows? Maybe in the future, it won't be red." Although I think it still will be red. I think so. Because the other parasites that he's killed, their blood has been red. So why wouldn't his blood be red? I mean, it's just a question, right? And that's pretty much all I have to say in terms of new theories and things of that nature. Now, in terms of the overall season so far, the first 12 episodes, I gotta say, it's been very, very consistent. Very consistent. This anime has some of the best music. The OST just came out recently on the 24th of December. It is amazing. Make sure you buy it on iTunes if you're able to. If you're in Japan, I don't know if you're in the US store might not work. Also, just the overall, this series, unlike other series, it feels like it can be real life. Then you get that feeling when you're watching this, like, oh shit, this can happen in real life. This can, maybe one day parasites will be here, because this series explains everything in a logical, something scientific way, where you can actually, oh wow, that makes sense. You actually understand it and accept it. It's not just some BS that they're giving you, they're force feeding you so you can accept it. No, like, why is this happening the way it is? Oh, here's the reason. They actually explain it in the anime, especially in the first few episodes. They did a very good job at explaining that. So it feels like a real life drama. It feels like something that can happen in real life. I don't see anything unrealistic. What's so unrealistic about this series? Let me know in the comments below if there's anything unrealistic about this series, because so far I haven't really found anything that is too far-fetched off from a possibility in the real world. And yeah, that's pretty much all my comments for now. I probably have more in my head, but that's all I want to talk about now. Yeah, the animation is good. The show is good. 10 out of 10. 12 out of 10, 20 out of 10. This show is amazing. Make sure you watch it if you haven't already seen it. Let me know in the comments below what are some of your theories, of your opinions on what I just spoke about, or maybe things that I didn't mention in this video. Mid-season review, make sure you stick to the first 2 episodes, or if you have any predictions, make sure they're predictions and not necessarily spoilers if you read the manga. Thank you for watching.